Come on, let's go. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. All right, can you guys check it out, see if we're live? I think we should be.
Yay!
All right, we should be live. So,
yep, it's working.
Any issues? So, yeah, it says live on Facebook. Okay. Hey, what's up, AsphaltLife community? This is Stan, Bastek, and Brian. We're, if you're watching right now, we're a couple minutes early, so Dmitry will be jumping on here in just a minute, and we'll be kicking things off at 4:30 sharp. So stay tuned. We're getting tuned up for Atlas Pro Talk and our virtual happy hour kickoff here. We'll be cracking a nice, tasty Friday beverage at 5 o'clock. So bear with us. Hey, Dmitry, we are officially live, just so we made sure it was working, but we're going to give it a couple of minutes just so we can let some folks tune in.
Sounds good. So is it easier for me? Are you going to watch it on a Facebook or in a Zoom?
I'm going to watch it in Zoom, and then Claudette and Tiara are monitoring it on Facebook. So they're going to chat us with any questions or comments that come out from the live audience.
I'm going to see if I can see it on the Facebook as well.
Yeah, if you can cross.
My team is going to do the same, just in case if you guys ask me something, I don't know the link, they'll comment it or share it too.
And just a heads up too, at 4:45, we're going to have a contractor named Alex Zuniga with Academy Roofing in San Antonio is going to pop. Yeah, Alex is going to pop on and just say hello and ask a quick question. So we'll have a little audience participation at 4:45. So
okay,
awesome. So we're a minute or two from 4:30, and then we'll get things kicked off for this Friday. Everything's coated in pollen here in Georgia. So I know you guys don't have that problem yet. I'm not trying to rub it in.
Well, I would be dead there. I have horrible allergies. I'm like dying with the pollen.
Yeah.
I used to have major pollen issues, and then 1 year just went away, and now I'm not allergic to it anymore. So.
All right. So we're there, guys. We're going to go ahead and get started. What's happened in AsphaltLife community? We're so appreciative that you're spending your Friday afternoon with us. I'm joined by a couple people I just love to spend time with, one of which is our newly appointed national account manager while he's still working in the Chicago market as well. But let's say hello to Brian Pelletier. What's up, Brian? How are you?
What's up, everybody? Doing good. Looks like we're about to get some nasty thunderstorms here in Chicago, so we'll see what happens with that. So excited to be on, and thanks for having me, Stan.
Just what the doctor ordered. Just what the doctor ordered. And of course, the guy who does not need an introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. Mr. Dmitry Lipinskiy is joining us from Roofing Insights all the way from beautiful Minnesota. How you doing?
What's up, guys?
We're thrilled to have you here today and joining us for our inaugural Atlas Pro Talk. We're coming through on Facebook Live for obvious reasons. There's a lot happening out in the world today that we want to touch on a little bit. We want to talk a little bit about how businesses are managing this and maybe some tips and tricks that we got, Dmitry. And then just what's happening from a family perspective too. I know, Dmitry, you got a big family, as I do as well, with young kids. And so you guys are heading into the quarantine mode. We've been out of school for 2 weeks already down here in Georgia. So it's obviously creating a lot of challenges for people who have to go out and work for a living and also make sure that their kids are staying on point. So we've got a great community out there joining us. So if you're watching live, we're going to be giving away 2 or 3 AsphaltLife prize packs at the end. So if you are live, that's an incentive to tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays for our virtual happy hour. And we'll be giving away some AsphaltLife prize packs to those who ask questions and make some comments during our 30-minute Facebook Live session. So with that, Dmitry, How are you, man? I know you're ready to bust out that ice cream. What's been happening, man? How are you handling all this craziness with the COVID-19 and coronavirus?
You know what? Just fine. I'm actually been positive since it started. I never understood. I look at the real numbers, not following news much, so it helped a lot. Every report and every person that I follow, guys like Dave Ramsey, like I tend to follow more positive influencers. So nobody was saying anything like, obviously it's not going to kill our planet. And if you compare it to other viruses we have in the past, it was not that dramatic like media wanted to say. So for me, as a business owner, it did not affect me much. I wanted to encourage people as much as I could. And for me, I'm just fine.
Yeah. Now, I think positive energy is hugely important right now. I mean, there's a big safety and health factor that we've got a big at-risk community out there, and obviously, some people are going to look at this and take it very seriously. Some people are clearly still out at the beach and going to their gym every day and not going to do anything until their local government tells them to. I think that's part of the challenge. Is there's definitely a lot of opinions about how serious we should be taking this or not. But whatever those opinions are, this is going to affect businesses, and it's already affecting businesses in a big way. So I guess my question for you is, keeping it positive, what are some of the things you would tell business owners, that you're dealing with, that they can do to just, shore up their existing sales, get prepared for some of the concerns their homeowners and their potential customers might have? Like what's the playbook look like from the roofing business school?
Well, I think hard times makes us better as a business owners. We always have to be creative, and I always hated storms because storms brings low hanging fruit and makes us lazy. And I would feel like it's opposite of that, right? So lazy people or people who are not really good, of course, they love low hanging fruit. Like somebody is feeding you, like you don't have to be good. I like challenges. So right now it's a challenging time, but I think if you're serious about business, about product, about service, about treating your team well, and being creative, if you're working hard in general, you will find a way. If you're used to low hanging fruit per se, or you're not creative, of course it's going to be much harder. So if you did not build brand that can survive, if you're a commodity, if you let it be if you let your business be commodity business, you're going to suffer. If you don't have those reviews, if you don't have book of business, if you don't have a backlog, of course you're going to hurt. So I feel bad for people who did not build the brand, because right now if you rely, for example, on door knocking, it's going to be hard. And I'm not saying it's bad business model, it's good business model, but we have to be diversified. So right now is the time to learn something new. I have students right now reaching out to me saying, hey, I only been door knocking all my life. What do I do? What's next? I can't do that anymore. And I feel bad for them, but I'm like, you know what? Go and learn how to build a brand. Read a couple books.
Right. It's going to create pressure and tension to evolve, right? And I think that is, paramount, right? We hope that people didn't wait till this crisis in order to be able to go invest in themselves and their business. But the reality is, if you're not going to do it now, you probably never will. So, and there's so many great resources out there. I think that's the other thing. There's no shortage of places to go get educated, whether you want to, go read some books or, sign up for, the different online universities that are available, whether it's to go take some online class in accounting or finance, or whether it's just watching YouTube videos and learning from other people who are putting out free content, because there's no shortage of unbelievable free content.
It's the best time ever to own a business. You can learn anything. Like I'm learning stuff right now. As a matter of fact, when coronavirus started, I made a challenge. Like I decided to learn new skills, something I didn't know how to do. And I bought this $500 tool for my garage. It's a handstand walk, like a trampoline. And I just learned yesterday how to walk on my hands on the steps, just so I can feel good that I'm still improving.
Absolutely.
It's the best time to learn. You can go on YouTube, jump in, and what do you want to learn? Powerlifting, figure skating, it's there.
So, that's so funny. I saw a couple of posts that you put out about guys whose gyms were closing, right? So you're you're a great monitor of chatter online, right? And you're like, hey, if anybody's gym's closed, I've been building a gym for the last 2 years, man. I got a whole CrossFit gym in my damn garage, right? And I think that's so funny because I fell into that scramble mode because my gym closed on Wednesday of this week. So I'm on Amazon getting an ab mat and a jump rope and a couple kettlebells, you know, so that I got to go pick up right after this. But I think that's fun. So we actually have 3 CrossFit junkies. I know you are a legit CrossFit junkie. I'm like new to that game. I'm trying to get into it. Brian, you're a big CrossFit guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I did CrossFit for about 8 months last year, and then I kind of fell off the wagon. And of course, I started back up 2 weeks ago, and then it gets shut down a week into it. So I'm like typically a figure, so I'm kind of stuck to what I want to do to get back into shape right now. So
I think there's something here, Dmitry. I think there's a whole bunch of people out there that need like that morning motivation, man, that 6:30 a.m. wake up call, like live stream a CrossFit WOD for your community, man.
Well, just do the best exercise you can do is actually burpees. Do 100 burpees a day for the next 30 days. You'll be the fittest you've ever been in your life.
Absolutely.
I did recently buy a rower, and that's been helping me out a lot. I think that's one of my favorite CrossFit things to do is doing the rower. So that's been helping me out a lot.
What's your best 1,000 meters or 500 meters?
I honestly don't keep track. I just try to stay on there for 15 minutes and not to die, to be honest with you, Dmitry.
Okay. Do me a favor. Try your best 500 meters. Give it all your best, and then publish your time. If you do it right, you'll be so sick you will want to throw up.
Perfect. I'll do it tomorrow morning. What's your best time?
My 12-year-old and my 7-year-old were in the garage today doing the workout with me, and I like am running, so we're like obviously not on the same cycle, and I hear this like awful groaning, like sounds like an animal dying in my garage, and it's my son doing sit-ups in like round 5 of this 25-minute workout. I'm like, yeah, baby, you are doing something right, buddy. That a buddy. Well, we've got a bunch of people joining us on the chat. So Josh Hellberg says, what's up from Minnesota, your neck of the woods. We've got Adam Stanley, Jarn Carl. We've also got Alex Zuniga, who should be jumping on here in about 5 or 6 minutes for a quick question. And again, Alex Dale. So thank you guys for jumping on. Tiara says she hates burpees. There's nobody that really loves burpees.
Oh,
I love burpees now. Once you start doing them every day, you can start loving them.
Great. So here's my next question for you, Dmitry. What to cut and where to spend right now? Because I think this is important. If you're managing a budget for a company that there's some uncertain future ahead, right? These are conversations that every business owner should be thinking about. Where would you be cutting right now, and where would you be doubling down and spending money right now as a business owner?
Well, I would cut down marketing for a bit right now. Like I would not be spending money on any ads, any market. For one, you know, it's a waste of money because you can't, even if you spend $10,000 on Facebook ads, Google ads, you can't go in houses. Like people are not searching for roofers, people are not inviting anybody in-house. So it's kind of, you know, if the search is not there, you don't want to be in front of the search, right? So I would not be spending money in marketing. What I would do though, I would maybe spend some time on creative side. I would create some videos, something you can use. Like I know for myself, I never have time to do quality like promotional videos for Storm Group, for my roofing business. I mean, I do roofing insights, takes all my time, but to actually go think about something about us, I would go and create, you know, maybe creative ads, anything graphic design, create something that when all of this mess will be over in 3-4 weeks, you actually have the best flyer you ever have. You have the best video of, you know, promotion, maybe a video explanation of something, video review. I don't know, for me, free content like you, I would say probably, and I'm biased, but probably the best time to start YouTube channel. Get comfortable in front of the camera, you know, start reviewing products, start teaching people. I mean, it doesn't cost you money. You know, people will watch it for free. It's not ad, and you have all time right now. That's what I would do.
And, you know, one of the guys you just did a big video that was very highly watched and well received, Mr. Lee Haight, is live now. He just made a comment. He said, who's making videos to advertise on social? What are y'all working on? That was the comment he just made on Facebook Live. So I think that's really good advice, right? If you were looking for a reason or an opportunity to start a YouTube channel to figure out how you can develop content, there's no better time than when you really are limited from actually being face to face with a lot of people. So great comment. But again, great comment too. Dial back some of that direct marketing spend that's lead generating, because there's going to be a better time to spend that when people actually want to see you. Now, alternatively, if you have solutions for sort of digital sales, doing Zoom meetings, and is a willingness, then maybe you sort of trial some things in terms of setting up virtual appointments. I've seen a lot of people trying stuff like that, and there's no shortage of technology tools out there to do it. Yeah.
Sure.
So, Alex, I saw you pop on there briefly. I don't know if you're still out there in the Facebook universe, but if you are, click that link, man. We'd love to get your question. So if we see you pop up again, we'll definitely say hello to you. We're trialing some new stuff. So we had a guest question with Alex Zuniga. So if he jumps back on, we'll be excited to hear from him. But talk to me a little bit, Dmitry, about balancing family and home. And, maybe you told me, so Minnesota's actually not quarantined until today. So if your kids,
the shelter got today, but the school, like my kids were homeschooled for last week. So started Monday. We did not have pretty much, we did not go on vacation last week because it was spring break, and school got closed this week. Hey, Alex.
There he is. Hey, Alex, be live, buddy. Just mute your computer for us and go ahead and say hello, man. You're on Facebook Live with Atlas Pro, Dmitry Lipinskiy, and Brian Pelletier. How are you?
Pretty good, fellas. How's it going with y'all?
Awesome.
Good.
So, Alex, you're coming to us from San Antonio, Academy Roofing down there. I saw some great Facebook Live content that you put out earlier today talking about customer expectations. So I understand you've got a question for the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Dmitry Lipinskiy. So fire away, man.
Yeah, man. So we've been working on, I actually went to Dmitry's event the last time I was in Minneapolis last year. So we've been awfully trying to set the brand, because Academy Roofing's been around since maybe about 2014. But I think what hurt us the most was we always spent time doing work for other general contractors. So obviously when we did that, their name goes higher, but we were just kind of left in the shadow. So right now we cut back on that, and we're doing it just kind of exclusively for Academy Roofing only, and trying to stay away from the general contractor side. So, but my question was, right now, I'm trying to do more content, trying to start a YouTube channel, trying to start a face online, the presence. But how do I make it to where it's not sound like I'm just repeating the same thing over and over and over again? You know what I mean?
Great point. Great question. Dmitry, fire away, man.
Sure. Just pay attention. It's the content should not be about you and what you want to say. The content always should be what they're asking, what homeowners asking, what contractors asking. I always go for the most asked question, and also for the hardest one, what nobody else wants to talk about. Usually contractors don't like to talk about deductibles. I mean, they will say stuff like, if we talk about like deductibles, it's a different kind of conversation that we're having. But for the homeowners, it's different questions. You can educate homeowner in so many different angles. For me, like, there's not enough time in the day, in the year to produce content. There's so many questions. If you do estimates, if you go out and meet people, just keep writing down what they're asking you. So if you have the same question like 10 times, like for example, if people asking you how you clean your job during the estimates, well, do the YouTube video. Here's how we clean our jobs. So later it will show up on your, YouTube channel or your website, and people will know before they even call you, they will know how you clean up your job sites. Now you're proactive because, for me, I treat camera just like I treat homeowner. If people have asked me one time that question, I feel like I have to answer it. I have to make a video. If one person asked, another person might want to know as well. And I'm just going to throw it out there.
That's great advice. I think it's being aware of what people are interested in and want to hear, because you're right. If one person asks that question, other people are absolutely thinking about it. And I think you just got to be socially aware too, Alex. Like if you're on social media, monitor the threads, right? Monitor what's happening, go and follow industry news too, and see what's being talked about, and follow those trends and put stuff out too, not just about what's happening locally, but also what's happening nationally. And there's no shortage of things to talk about, right? I think especially in today's day and age. So we appreciate you jumping on, Alex, man. It was great to see you, and we'll get you on again, buddy. Good luck out there.
Can I do one quick question though?
Yeah, fire away.
So what I've been doing now, especially because of the COVID-19, I've been kind of including a link, because we do Atlas shingles. I did a video on it and including it in the email, just because we can't get to a lot of homeowners right now personally. Do you think that's a good idea, or should I kind of just tell them about our YouTube page and hoping they go, or should I just include that link all the time?
YouTube and Facebook are completely different platforms. They hate each other. So I'm a YouTube 101. Like I'm all about YouTube. Are you guys okay? So for me, Facebook is here and now. And as a matter of fact, I just did a big video on Facebook, why Facebook sucks. And not in a negative way, but why it's so hard to market on Facebook because of the attention span. So on the Facebook, you're getting attention of them. Like right now, if they're watching, like people right now watching, but I guarantee you that if you want to find this video, like 7 days from now, it's going to be super hard. But if you make a video, how to install starter shingle properly, 3 years from now, all they have to do, go to YouTube, type in how to install starter shingle, and they'll find it. This conversation, nobody will find 3 years ago. It's going to get buried. So what you have to do with YouTube, don't focus on here and now, focus on search. Make sure you do everything to please YouTube. So title, tags, description, and make sure it's worth following and finding information. So for example, if you make a video about who makes the best shingle, that's your title. It doesn't mean it's going to be on the first page of YouTube when people type it, but if you spend some time on research, and YouTube it's a search-based platform. So I don't recommend, you can share YouTube links on the Facebook just to get initial momentum, and I would recommend doing it within first 48 hours. First 48 hours is the most important time to share YouTube video, because YouTube wants to know, when you publish a YouTube video, YouTube does not know what the video is about, have no clue. It has to see, do people engage, do people comment, do people like, do people watch? So if you put 20-minute video and people only watch it for 30 seconds and drop out, YouTube's like, no, we're not going to promote it. The video sucks. We don't care about topic. Boom, they're going to bury it. But if you're going to do 20-minute video and people will stay at least for 12 minutes and it's relevant topic and people are going to engage like crazy. Like we recently did a video and we shared ABC news story. That video has like over 300 views. It's #1 YouTube video on our channel right now. And the reason is it's only like 4-minute clip. And it's ABC News story. I'm not going to tell you who it is about, but we publish it and say, hey guys, follow the story. And there's over 300 comments. So many people, and traffic, 80% of the traffic comes actually from Facebook. The reason is it got so popular because it was not only about roofing or, general contractors, it was about landscapers, all contractors. So I published that YouTube link to painters groups, roofing groups, landscaping groups. So it got initial engagement of 10,000 people. YouTube watched it and it's like, oh man, this video is popular. And right now that video is ranked #1 for that search on YouTube. So wow, big deal. But because of a Facebook engagement. But overall, Facebook only helps within first 48 hours. So if you do brand new video, make sure you spread it to as many groups as possible or get as many views as possible first 48 hours, and then it's done. There's nothing you can do after that.
Right. Yeah, and I think it's a really, really important point too about how different the platforms are, Facebook and YouTube. They have different intent, and so I think you need to very much use those in different ways. Some of the content can cross over, but YouTube's definitely a longer game, search content, and Facebook's more audience cultivation, like what we're doing right now, like people that want to tune in live and they're not going to care about this video a week from now, which is why we got to do another one, right? So there's persistent, consistent, and then topics that may want to be searched and cataloged and archived, right? So yeah, great questions, man. Anything else we can answer for you on this beautiful Friday?
Oh, no, that's it, guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, Alex, thanks for being here, man. Great seeing you. Good luck.
Alex.
Y'all take care.
All right. So Dmitry, I want to follow up on organization and time management because I think, and routine, right? Because so much of what you do is routine based, right? You get up, you work out, you do the same things, you repeat performance, you get consistent videos out day in and day out. I'm sure that has to be applying to your home life right now with having your kids all at home and working with your wife on having to homeschool, right? Like these are challenging times. I can tell you for us, it's like having all the kids at home while everybody's trying to work and keep a house in order is crazy, man. So what are you and your wife doing to try to, because there's a lot of people, kids out there trying to figure this out.
It's hard. I mean, I have 5, so it's extremely hard for us. I had to leave the house, so we have 3 levels at our house, but I still did not take a risk to be in the business, because you would hear kids right now. Like, my wife would not be able to keep away 5 kids from me coming to like another level. So
Yeah.
it's challenging.
Stepped in the frame real quick, so I've only got 3, man. It's hard. You can't wait for long.
Sure. Well, I say this, like, I actually take advantage of this time. I do work, I'm workaholic. I do spend a lot of time with the family, Saturday, Sunday is always there, but I do enjoy this time this is solid excuse for me to spend a little bit more time at home versus at work. And again, with the technology, we're so blessed. There's so much we can do. Like, I could be at home for an entire week and don't feel like my team is not available, or I'm not available to my team. There's Zooms, there's phones, there's it's insane what we can do. As a matter of fact, yesterday I didn't want to come to the office to shoot a YouTube video, so a videographer came to me. We shot the video in the garage, and he's working from home right now. He didn't have to work at the office. So there's so much stuff you can do from home. If that would happen 10, 15 years ago, I think it would be way, way harder. But we're blessed with technology. It doesn't even feel like, we're working from home anymore. It's the border between home and office getting closer. I mean, it almost doesn't exist. I don't care where to do what I do, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It is. It's completely blurred, and which at times can create, challenges for marriages and, being good parents and being able to disconnect from that. But I think it's also a blessing that, again, a lot of business can keep running. I don't think we should ignore the fact that there are already some really difficult times for a lot of people in this country. I mean, we had unbelievable numbers that were published earlier this week on record unemployment filings, over 3 million people. I think there's a lot of people, again, really scared about what's going to happen with their businesses, and homeowners are probably going to be hanging on to their cash a little bit tighter. So it's going to take some creative things to get out there and be able to drum up business to keep your business going. But we're going to talk next week. Actually, we're going to have our VP of manufacturing and another contractor on Tuesday and talk about what it means to be essential, right? Because that's the buzzword that's floating around right now. There's a lot of industry people out there fighting to make sure construction can be deemed essential. So Dmitry, your crews can actually go out and install the roofs and keep people waterproof, to keep their homes protected. And that whole supply chain is unbelievable when you think about it for everything in our country. To get a roof put on, the amount of people that are affected with their jobs from a supply chain perspective is incredible. And there's a lot of people that probably are a little afraid to be out in the world right now catching coronavirus. Whatever the reality is, there's some fear about it, but some people still have to go show up at an Atlas manufacturing facility, to help keep those plants running. So we've got shingles to put on roofs. So for those of you that are out there watching this, that are working in a plant or working at a wholesaler or a distributor, the ABCs, the SRSs, the Beacons, American Wholesale members out there, whoever you are, if you're out there delivering shingles, we appreciate you guys. And you are everything. So I asked you a little bit about balance and family in the last 5 minutes. I want you to talk a little bit about roofing school versus other platforms out there. So I'm going to give you a chance to plug a little bit, but also just tell me what you think and what you see, because you've got, I know Mr. Lee Haight, he's got an amazing university. Sky Diamonds University is probably watching right now. He's doing some really cool things. We got Storm Ventures Group with their tool. We got the Roofing Academy. We got D2D Academy with Sam Taggart. You've spun up a really cool business school that has a lot to do with coaching as well. If you're a contractor today and you have this time on your hands and you're telling them, invest in yourself, learn something new, how do you evaluate all of these different platforms that are out there, and then the need for like hiring a coach or hiring a mentor or subscribing to a school? There's a lot of noise out there. Help these guys work through it.
Well, we're all different. I think I don't like, I'm not a salesperson. I never sell myself. Even if you call me right now and ask me about my school, I'm not going to try to close you. I'm not a closer. I'm a teacher by heart. But what I would say is always go with someone that you can relate to, like, well, different, like Lee, Delmedico, you know, like Sam Tagger. We have different personalities. For example, I cannot door knock. I just can't. It's not my personality. I'm a brand builder. Anything I do with a storm group, with the roofing insights, I enjoy when people are coming to me. I'm just, there's nothing more exciting for me to build a brand and to make a phone ring. I can explain every single company I ever started, whether it's ice dam removal business, you know, I have landscaping business, I have flooring business. I've never door knock. I always created enough demand. And I'm a school teacher, not even a college or university. Like, I like to cover the base. That's who I am. So I like to build the foundation, and where you're gonna take on that foundation, it's on you. But my advice, if you
here's your school teacher picture. I had to share as you were saying it. I had to pull this up and just blush a little bit, because you are a teacher, man, and we need this look. We needed this in our lives, Dmitry. So you know.
So my advice is, if you are looking for the coach or mentor, only hire people that you can be in the same room and like you respect. For example, for me, my mentor was Rodney Webb, the guy who changed me like in so many ways. Like I've been in business for 2 years and I was struggling, and Rodney Webb helped me like no one else. And I to this day, I respect him. I follow him to the teeth. You know, he's like my second father in the roofing industry. But that's because of his personality. There's a lot of guys I cannot stand, not only in the roofing business, but like on a coach, you know, level. So we're all different. You know, we have to pick our influencers. We have to pick our teachers. And the good thing is right now there's abundance. There's more and more coaches coming up. And I would say, like, if you don't like me, you're not going to offend me. I didn't like all my teachers. But if you like my personality, how I do stuff, you know, I'm open book. I will teach you everything I know. And like I said, for me, I don't believe in a high price ticket. Like, I want to build a base. I want to be affordable. I know I'm cheaper than other guys. The feedback I'm getting from students that come into me, and this is like what I'm striving for. I actually have one of the best feedbacks I ever received a couple of days ago. One of the guys told me when he's in school, and he said, I never feel watching your videos in online school, business school, that you just needed to create a content for the sake of content. Every video I watch, I feel like it's, you know, I'm learning and it's there for a reason. And there's a lot of coaches, they just almost like, they feel like they have to pump out content every day. For me, you know, I'm trying to do 3 school videos per week and 3 YouTube videos per week. But if I don't have a topic, or if I don't have good hair day, I'm just not gonna turn the camera on. I'm not. That's the reality. Or if I have a pollen allergy, I can't afford to look bad in the shot. I mean, I'm that sensitive. I'm diva. You know, I have to look good, and I want to make sure the content is good, so you guys are not going to be disgusted by watching me. So that's how I roll. Every lesson in my school, I feel like it's a good lesson. If it's outdated, I'm going to go and delete it. And I know a lot of guys out there just you know, keep pumping content for the sake of content. Not only that, but content in general, Facebook videos, and you know, and if you start spamming people, they're gonna unfollow you, and I can't afford it.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I think that you know, there's a lot of really good nuggets and lessons in what you just said, and hence the teacher in you, right? I think you're giving really good practical advice, and you know, I think that's why I've always respected you so much, is you're an open book and an honest guy. And I think the reality is there's great people out there that are willing to coach you as a business owner today. And it's not a one size fits all. There is so many great folks out there. Again, I mentioned a few of these platforms earlier: Lee Haight, Anthony Delmedico, Sam Taggart. But you guys got to look at some of these other players that are out there as well, like Jim Johnson with Contractor Coach Pro. Joe Hughes is out there. Again, there's so many people out there that want to be a resource for you. So talk to all of them before you pay them anything, and feel good about what you're about to subscribe to and what you're about to pay for, and then the relationship you're going to enter, and try multiple things. So I think that's huge. And I think, you know, definitely explore it all and figure out what makes the right sense for your business. So I want to give a couple of plugs for you, Dmitry, as well. If you are not subscribing to Roofing Insights, I'm going to share my screen real quick and show off these things that you need to be doing. Okay. And then we'll do our little happy hour here. Please go like this wonderful photo. But go to the Roofing Insights Facebook page, the Roofing Insights YouTube channel, which I know there's going to be some really fun, interesting content over the next couple weeks coming out on that. You've got roofinginsights.com as well, where you can find out all about the Roofing Business School, all of the options that Dmitry has for you and testimonials on what he's doing. And I know once we get a chance, we're going to get back to these B2B customer events as well. You do such an incredible job with your business classes as well. So we cannot wait to get back to that as well. So just wanted to show those resources for you. And again, we look forward to seeing lots of great content. So guys, it's officially 5 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and do our symbolic beer crack. If you got one, pull one out. All right. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Dimitri's doing ice cream or some sort of monster. So I'm going to crack mine. Guys, we actually are giving out an AsphaltLife prize pack as well. So our winner is John Carl. John Carl is our AsphaltLife prize pack winner. So Tiara Searcy in our marketing department will be getting you an AsphaltLife prize pack. It might include one of these, which would be nice to get through the quarantine with. So cheers to you, Dmitry and Brian, man. This was a lot of fun. So any plans for the weekend? What are you guys doing at home, man? Sequestered.
I'm going to be painting and getting the house ready to sell. That's what I'll be doing all weekend.
Yeah. All right. Rock and roll. I hope you guys have some good weather. Dmitry, we really appreciate you joining us. All of our AsphaltLife community, thank you guys for tuning in. This video will be up, obviously. If you have questions or comments, we'll be monitoring it. And again, stay tuned. Dmitry always has lots of great stuff and great content. We'll look forward to all the results of your shingle tests as well. We always learn a lot from that. So we can continue to get better. And we look forward to seeing what else you got in store, man. So, hey, have a great weekend. And thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
See you guys.